Hi and welcome to a very special episode of Bitches of Horror.
Yes, we have a Monsters of Film special.
Yay.
Yes, and for those of you who do not know Monsters of Film, it's a Swedish horror film festival, and it's the 7th year they have it.
Already 7 years.
Yeah.
I can't believe it, but it's great, and this year it's a whole week.
Yes, from the 1st to the 7th of October.
Yeah.
And it's the first time we've had a week.
Yeah, a full week.
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
I think that is because the first 2 days they'll be showing 2 classics. It'll be The Craft.
And Candyman.
Yes. And very looking forward to seeing those again.
I haven't seen Candyman since I was 12, and I've seen it only one time, so yeah, I need to rewatch it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Can't wait to rewatch it as well. As same as you, I haven't seen it in forever. My dad keeps saying, "Oh, Candyman's the best. Candyman's the best." I was like, I remember it being good, but I need to
maybe not
it.
the best, but
I need to rewatch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and The Craft is a good old classic from my teens, or earlier than that, from my childhood. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and this year we're cooperating with them, and they gave us 3 films in advance to review.
Yeah.
And
I just want to say that Johanna Holmin is the founder of this festival.
And big thanks to her, because this is like one of our, the biggest events of the year.
It is.
And I really wish they would go a little bit more international so that more people would come. From overseas to see what, great festival we have, great people we have.
Yeah, like we do when we go to Fright Fest or any other festival. So it would be nice to have more international people here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you have any recommendations on, any festivals in general, but especially European festivals, please let us know. It's easier for us to go to European countries than other, but it would be great to, travel some more. To see.
Hopefully we can do it next year more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Planning on next year Fright Fest.
Yeah.
London, we're coming.
Yes.
Yes. So I guess let's get started with Upgrade.
Yeah.
An Upgrade is from 2017 by Lee Winnell from Australia. He also did Beyond the Black Rainbow, and it stars Logan Marshall Green, otherwise known as, what was it? Weird Tom Hardy.
Weird Tom Hardy. Because he kind of looks like Tom Hardy, but not quite.
Yeah. And then we have Betty Gabriel, who was in Get Out. She was the maid. And Harrison Gilbertson. So what's this about?
Well, the story is set in the near future, and almost everything is controlled by technology. And we have a guy who named Gray, and he's a what do you call it? A technophobe. So he doesn't like technology and stuff. And then he has a very traumatic experience happen to him, and he finds that the only way he can get revenge and truly survive is by getting an implant by something called STEM. It's like kind of a chip, and it's pretty weird.
Yeah, he's kind of like Jarvis from Iron Man. It's like the computer that like talks to you. Jarvis actually turns into Vision, but it's like before he was Vision.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the basic story of it.
Yes. And this was, everybody's been talking about it. Oh, it's so good. You gotta see it. Boo, boo, boo. It's really looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
And
I was super excited once I heard that Lee Winnell did this. I was like, okay, this has to be good, please. So, but I do like the story. I really like it. I like the technology aspect of it, and have a character who doesn't really like technology. That was kind of funny.
That was a good part. I think
that was a very good part.
I don't know, the story in itself I think is pretty generic, except for like that part of his character, but I think that the whole traumatizing event, and then he's trying to go out and get revenge, that's pretty generic. And I do think that this film was trying to kind of trick the audience and like making it something, but for me, I could already tell what was going to happen at the end in the beginning.
Yeah, I could too, but I don't know, somehow
it did kind of like steer you away from it sometimes.
Yeah, but I did like, I like the story. I like how it not took unexpected turns, but sometimes it kind of did.
It did, yeah. It had some like, whoa
it had small
moments.
details,
Yeah.
and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
this was something new.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah. I mean, not saying that it's a bad film because it's not. It's like the acting is good, and I mean the cinematography and angles are just amazing.
the best.
Yeah, I love how it's
best.
like film where it like flips and it just
Like the-
all the action scenes are really good.
Yeah, like the cinematography and angles really helped the choreography
Yeah.
of the fighting scenes.
It felt like a dance between the fighting scenes,
Yeah,
like the choreography and the camera.
yeah.
It was like they just
it was
ooh,
amazing
it was
how
so nice.
how they moved, like the actors, the camera, everything together. It moved perfectly, and I was blown away by some of the scenes. I was like, whoa, this is
Yeah,
spectacular.
It's pretty
Right.
brutal as well. Like, you don't really think it's gonna be that brutal, but then it just like bam,
Yeah.
smacks you in the face, and you're like, oh, nice.
Yeah,
I did like that, and they had some
That's
good
very
like
uplifting.
SFX and stuff.
yeah.
Did I say SF sex? I don't know. I kind of
Maybe.
felt like I said it. It
Yeah.
kind of feels like that, SF.
Well,
SF sex.
Weird Tom Hardy makes you feel
Uh.
SF6. Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, saying that that it was predictable, I still like the ending.
I loved the ending.
Yeah, it was a
I
really
did.
good ending in it.
Yeah.
And that's not really that normal nowadays. Endings are pretty meh, but
But this one, because I was so, like, feeling the character, and I felt kind of his struggle, and it really hit home for me. It was very, very emotional.
yes.
It was.
Yeah. Overall, good film. And not, maybe, I didn't, join in on the hype as much, but, that might also be because people were hyping it before I saw it, so my expectations might have been a bit too high. Plus, I saw this film on an airplane. I saw it from Japan, when I came home from Japan. I
How
watched it on the way
tired were
back.
you?
I was alright.
Okay.
Until I got back, then I was like, "Bleh."
Yeah.
But, yeah, so maybe that kind of took away some of this, like, cinematic experience, but overall I thought it was a good film.
So what do you give it?
An 8 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10? That's a very good film.
It is a good film.
I thought you... Okay, well...
I think I gave it an 8, yeah. 8?
I will
7? I think it's 7, yeah.
I will give this an 8 out
7.
of 10. It's a very good film. Like, I thought you would give it a 6.
Oh,
or
no.
something.
It wasn't that bad. I just, the way people were explaining it, it felt like, oh, this is the movie of the century, that sort of thing. And
I thought you would go way
I thought it was
lower.
cool,
Oh.
but I thought it was predictable, and that was probably the biggest flaw I think it had, that it was very predictable, especially when it was that type of film that was trying not to be predictable. Yeah, but I think overall it's a good
cool,
film, and
yeah.
I'd definitely rewatch it.
Yeah.
That gives it
Yeah.
good value, good rewatch value.
Yeah. Okay, so we will be moving on to Boar. It's from Australia, from 2017, made by Chris Sun.
Yes.
And it's starring Bill Moseley,
Yeah.
who we all know from different horror films.
Yeah.
Like The Devil's Rejects and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 and lots of horror films.
Yeah.
And Nathan
River.
Jones, John Jarrett from the Wolf Creek films, Roger Ward from Turkey Shoot, and yeah, it had a lot of good actors.
Yes.
So what is this film about?
Well, I mean, you can kind of guess from the title that it's about a boar, and that kind of, rips a small town apart. And then this family who's originally from this town comes in and is gonna, go for a little family vacation there, but things kind of turn differently. Yeah. And,
well, the story, I mean, the story is what it is. It's kind of one of these.
I mean, it's like
animal films,
yeah.
animal horror.
Everyone's been comparing it
yeah.
to Razorback, trying to, it's trying to be Razorback. But I thought it was very different.
I didn't get so much Razorback.
Well, I think it's only because there's a boar.
Yeah, but I wasn't thinking about it during the film. I
Oh,
wasn't
no,
like,
not at all.
This is so much like Razorback. No, it wasn't. Like, I
No,
didn't felt that at all.
It's
with the
not
story.
an outback film. Like, it's a small town, but in Razorback it was more of like, outback sort of, you know, hillbilly-ish style, mixed with a little bit of like Mad Max and stuff. But so it's very, I mean, it has the Boar, it has the small town thing, but it's very different.
It has different pacings also. So I would not compare those films at all.
But yeah, this was actually a pretty good surprise.
It was, and I kind of liked that they cut up the story into several stories. Like there was a story about this particular group, and then this group, and you got to know a lot of characters, and I really liked that. And sometimes I was like, I forgot even about some people, and then we moved back to them. I was like, oh well, there they are again. Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's actually surprising that they could intertwine that many stories without making it like too long or like too much. Like, oh well, who's that? What is going on? They did that very well, actually. Now that you say it, like, I didn't think about that, but yeah, that's totally true. I think one of my favorite parts was actually that the Boar was really well done. It was practical.
Very well done.
Until a certain part. But for the most of the film, the Boar was practical, actual boar. And it looked very good.
Because I was very worried. I was like, how will they pull this off?
It's always like that in like animal films, though. You're like, don't use the CG. Don't use the CG.
You know, the very first scene, when you know you're going to see the creature for the first time, you're like, okay, how is this going to work out? But it was great. Yeah. Until, as you mentioned, one scene, but overall, they did a very, very good job.
I'm not sure if maybe the Boar broke or something, and they didn't have money to fix it. I'm not sure, but they used CG in one part, and it kind of ruined it. That's like,
we won't say which part, because if you see the movie, you will definitely know.
Oh yeah. There's no doubt about it. It felt like Aliens 3. You know, just when the aliens running. It was terrible CG. But it was only a small part, so I'm not going to let that take away from me, because the characters, as you said, were really good. And I gotta say, I had a lot of great old men in this film.
Yes.
It was so kind of like centered around these old men and their like bond and friendship, especially with Jared
and Roger Ward.
Yeah, that was
that was beautiful.
That was my favorite. They were like just two old men.
They're just
so
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what I want to be when I grow up, with an old man.
And it was really weird seeing like John Jarrett in this kind of a character, because he's always like evil whenever I've seen him, like real nasty evil. Yeah. And now it was like, oh.
Yeah, he was a really. I really enjoyed that. Like, it wasn't like, oh yeah, love, but they were. You just like noticed that they were really good friends. They had a really good relationship.
They felt very natural and real.
Yeah, they had a really good chemistry between them.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. It just felt so nice. I was like, oh, sweet
old
men.
It was very nice. But I do feel that Bill Moseley's character was
out of place.
It was, and it was also, I don't want to say a bit wasted. Like,
I did, yeah. It was wasted, and it felt pushed. It was like he was an American who was together with an Australian woman, and it felt like they had to put that in there because he's American and can't do an Australian accent, maybe. But it just felt very put in there, and then they didn't really do anything with it. It just like...
It's too bad, because when we both like saw that Bill's names came up, and we were like, oh, yes.
Yeah, it did kind of feel wasted, which was a shame.
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe he had bigger things going on with, Rob Zombie's.
Yeah, maybe. But at least we got to see him again. So,
yes.
You know,
it was good seeing him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was you never got bored. It was a really good...
bored.
It was a very good film. And I, enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. And the gore was really good.
Very good and very creative. Like, some scenes were I was like, okay, how will this character die or something? And I was like, oh, that was brutal.
Yeah.
And also, I really did like the landscapes.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
They used different ones as well. I mean, they used the whole, plains sort of thing. That was the one thing, though. Yeah. I'll get back to that. Plains, and they had, like, the small town with the bar... and stuff like that, and they shot it like really nicely, so it didn't look like a dirty sort of town. Everything just looked really nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, except for the boars like killing everybody, but
But that's that's a side effect you can live with. Maybe.
The one thing that was annoying me throughout the film was that they had these like big planes, and the boar was there, and they'd be like, oh, like filming like straight forward, and there's like no hills or no obstacles in sight, and then the boar just like pops out of nowhere, and you're like, how the fuck are you not going to see that boar? He's like 12 feet tall, and
it's pretty big.
Yeah, 4 meters tall.
Like, you would hear it if it even took a step.
Yeah. And it just like pops out, and you're like, there's nothing here. It's just
because you see the characters go like this and this and this, and then it just. But like, how did you miss it? You just looked everywhere.
Yeah, unless he like has like an invisibility cloak or something. I don't know. Maybe. It's a boar too. Huh?
Yeah, but overall, very enjoyable.
That small little thing. It's just like, and you can like. There's the boar coming, and they're like, what, and then the boar just comes out of nowhere again.
Yeah,
and you're like, okay,
so well, whatever,
small things, but quite annoying to be honest.
But overall, very enjoyable film, and I will give this an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, me too. 8 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this.
Cool.
It's one of the few like recent animal films that just takes it.
So let's move on to movie number 3.
Yes, Premika from 2017. All right, this is some Thai names going on, so I'm going to do my best. I do not speak any Thai, but I'm going to give it a go. Don't hate me. It's directed by Siwakorn Charupongsa. From Thailand, and it stars Kidakarn Chatkaimani and Natasha De Souza. You
did pretty good.
From what we know, maybe on IMDb, this is the first film that Siwakorn has made.
So the movie is about a group of people that are invited, or they go to a hotel, and they encounter a very strange karaoke machine that is supposedly haunted.
Yes.
And I don't know how what else to say without spoiling, but
there was a woman murdered that they found.
Yeah.
And they don't know her name, so they look at the name tag, or not the name tag, but like the tag on your shirt, and that says Premika. So
that's why
it's like a Jane Doe name. Like, let's just call her Premika.
Yeah. But this film, we can talk about the story right away, because I have lots of things to say. And this is a very strange film. If you're not used to these types of films or humor, you will have a very hard time getting into it. Yeah. Like, I had a really hard time in the beginning. Like, the first 5 minutes, I was not enjoying this at all. I was like, I don't know how I'll find this enjoyable. But after 5 minutes or 10, I really got into the film. Like, it grew on me so fast, and I mean, the story has everything. It really does. I mean, you name it, the story has it.
Yeah, this is a crazy film. I mean, we've seen before as well. I think we had one of these types of films in our Southeast Asian special.
Yeah, but I don't think it
wasn't this extreme,
kooky.
No. Yeah. But like it has that sort of Asian parody thing going on, like like over the top humor that might not be appreciated in the Western world, because it's very different from our humor.
Yeah.
But if you enjoy that stuff, this is definitely get into it. But you have to be kind of prepared for what's going on and take it for what it is.
Yeah. Don't try to take it too seriously.
Oh no.
Just let it sink in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you said, like in the beginning, I was like, oh no, not this type of film. And then I kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I like these characters. That character's a bitch. I hate that guy. He's a fucking dick. Oh, she's awesome.
Yeah, and I was like rooting for characters I didn't even like in the beginning. Like there were these two girls. I don't know what to call them. Really.
They were like sort of like idolish, but more like sexy. They had like big boobs, skimpy clothes on with like fur
very
jacket,
cool colored hair and matching like. They always had matching clothes and matching earrings and everything.
Barbies.
Yeah, and they were kind of annoying, but I totally love them.
Yeah.
Like, I fell in love with them. I was like, Jasmine, that's me and you in the future.
Which, if I look that good in the future, ooh, I've done good.
Oof.
Yeah. But, yeah, they were pretty fun, actually. I did like their chemistry. They were kind of like, if you've seen Orange is the New Black, I can't remember their names now, but the two girls that have they have, like, their show where
Which
they do the
season?
makeup. The goth girl. There are two friends there. I can't remember their names now because they just went through my head. But Marisa or something like that. Marissa.
Maybe it was a long time ago.
Yeah. But it's not kind of like their relationship. They're like, oh my god, oh yeah, you know, sort of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But like two Thai girls, and then they had like the couple who were like they just got married, but the guy's a dick. And then they have like this like filming crew or like photography like club or something. Yeah, and they, I don't know, they came to the hotel, but they're like taking pictures of like the nature and stuff.
And also like a boy band or a band or something. Singers.
Boy band,
And who else?
I think it's them.
Yeah.
They're like two otaku guys. Otaku is like nerdy guys, Japanese nerdy guys. They had their like persona shirts on. I really liked them as well. They were cool. And like the leader of that camera group, he just kept hitting people on the head.
And the producer?
Yeah. Producer.
What did you mention him? Who didn't like those guys? He thought they were like ugly.
Oh yeah, that was the guy who was with the two girls. Yeah,
I think we named them all.
Yeah,
but I mean these characters were all like fun to watch.
Yeah.
And like you were like, oh, what's gonna happen to this character, and in what kooky way will this character die or something. And
so basically they turn on this karaoke machine and a ghost comes out, and it's that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And while all this is going on, the police are doing an investigation on who's murdered this woman. And so there's like two storylines going on at once. Of course, they kind of intertwine. But it's a very original story. And I do like the concept of a haunted karaoke machine. I am a huge karaoke fan. I love karaoke.
I mean, like I think that's the first time
it's the first time I've seen it. There might be like some short films or something that I haven't seen.
I mean, the premise is amazing.
Yeah.
And I do like that its story like takes an unexpected turn.
Oh
like,
yeah.
It just really hits you.
Yeah.
Like it's very serious and it's sad, and I was almost like in tears.
Yeah, I know. Just like,
it was,
whoa. Oh my god.
Like just in comparison like to how kooky everything has been, and then it just turns 180 and you're like, I don't know if I can handle this.
It kind of like mixes your emotions. It's very, very weird film.
So a very original story.
But I do like where it goes.
Yeah.
And, I mean, even, some of the stuff, CG, and green screen mania. But it fits.
I was just going to say that. It fits this kind of kookiness, this kind of film. It really does. I mean, if it was an American film, it would probably be horrible. Like
that's the thing with Asian films, though. I don't know if it's
get
because
away
it's like,
with it.
Maybe it's because it's like kind of like, exotic in a way, because you're not really sure. I mean, I've lived in Japan and stuff like that, and there are things that I fucking hate, but there are things like this that wouldn't work here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they can get away with it. These kind of films, we're like, okay, but okay. I
don't know why.
Yeah.
There should be studies on that.
Yeah.
Why does it work there and not here?
Yeah, exactly.
But, I mean, in some films, like in like B films, some stuff works. It's the same kind of thing here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think you should check this out if you're into Asian film and if you're into like sort of crazy over-the-top comedy.
Yeah.
Weird film. It's not like just, I mean, it is a little bit disturbing at some points, but it's not like, a brutal film. It's more like this would be a really good drinking game film.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it kind of has the zombie-ass vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, sort of...
Yeah, like, if you love zombie-ass, then you will probably
check this
like
out.
This.
Not it's not Noburo Iguchi anywhere, like, extremeness, but it has that same sort of ooh sort of feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. But I did really like this film.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think I would.
No, I didn't. In the beginning as well, I was like, oh, fuck, what did we get into now?
Yeah.
how is this gonna work in Sweden is what we think. But I am still interested in how...
That's my question. How will this
Yeah.
be received by the Swedish audience at Monsters of Film?
But we'll be getting those, you know,
yeah,
their thoughts on it.
yes,
So keep an eye out for that.
yeah. So, what do you give this?
I give it a 7 out of 10. For everything I said, it's still a bit of a crappy film, I must say. I mean, it's a crappy good film.
Yeah, I would give this an 8 out of 10.
Really?
Like, it's still growing on me. Like, I wouldn't mind rewatching it with like friends and drinks.
Yeah, I would love
That
to do
would
a
be
drinking
amazing.
game to this. That might be a project to like get a good drinking down.
Yes.
Get a good drinking game done.
Yeah.
For this, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, of all the good things I've said, I mean, it still does have like the green screen things, and some of the things are just like, you know.
Of course.
But it has its really good moments, and you should definitely check it out.
Yep.
All right, that was our 3 films that we've got to review, and now we're going to tell you our top 3, or you might have 4, 3 films that we're looking forward to. Yeah, so you want to start?
Yeah. Number 1, Dead Night. I mean, it features Barbara Crampton. Do I have to say anything else?
Yeah, she's in everything nowadays, it feels like. She's like really done a comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yours?
I'm really looking forward to keep an eye out. Someone, you know, said it was a bit like, sort of had like a Twin Peaks feel, and also it's directed by Quentin Dupieux, who did Rubber. So it feels like an interesting mix, like Rubber and Twin Peaks. It's like, ooh, I don't know where that'll go. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
So my number 2 film is What Keeps You Alive. I got a rovdyr feeling. So, and that's a Norwegian horror film, kind of brutal. So yeah, hopefully this will be brutal too.
Yep. All right, my number 2 is Svart Cirkel, which means Black Circle, which is by Adrian Garcia Bogliano, who did Here Comes the Devil and Scherzo Diabolico. It also stars Christina Lindberg, who was in Thriller, and some other people, Johan Palm, and some other people. Yeah, it's like filmed with a lot of Swedish stars, but even though he's not Swedish, I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it's because he has like a thing for Christina Lindberg, because everyone has a thing for Christina Lindberg. But
I do.
Or maybe he has some connections over here.
We should
maybe
ask.
they did. Yeah, maybe they said that because
We
he
should
was
get the
here during Scherzo Diabolico when they showed it, and very nice guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's coming as well because it's the world premiere.
Oh yeah, it is. So
And,
you don't want to miss that.
No. And so we'll get an interview with him. If you have any questions you want us to ask, let us know. That goes for the same with Christina Lindberg. You know, she's a huge woman star.
Yeah, huge star.
Yeah, not a huge woman. I meant like an aura, huge
Yeah.
woman.
Okay, moving on to number 3. Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich.
Me too.
Yeah. Barbara Crampton again.
Yeah.
I mean, and
it's Swedish.
it's made by Tommy Wiklund and Sonny Laguna, Swedish directors and writers.
They did We Are Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And after seeing that, I'm really looking forward to seeing this. And I haven't been a huge Puppet Master fan. I really love the dolls, or the puppets, you know. But some of it is meh. But I've heard very good things about this one.
Yeah.
So, really looking forward to that. And seeing what Blade gets up to.
But there's one more film that has to be mentioned.
Yeah.
And it's the film that will...
Everybody's been talking about. Cocaine... Rage Cage.
Rage Cage.
And
we're, of course, talking about Mandy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's seen it already, so I'm like, overseas, so we've been still waiting.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going to go on VOD, I'm going to see it at the theater.
This is the film that will, like, officially kick off the Monsters of Film week, because Monday and Tuesday we have these classics.
Yeah.
But on Wednesday, we have Mandy to start everything.
I'm kind of worried, though, because it's like, you know, okay, cocaine, rage, food, you know, and then after that we have a party. Like the party for the festival, and I'm like, are people gonna like want cocaine after this film? Is it gonna be like a crazy like, you know, remake of the film at the
blood everywhere?
Just go.
Well, if it will be, we will promise to film everything.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, we will be filming some various materials throughout the festival. We'll get the audience's thoughts on the films. Yeah, and then we'll also film some stuff at the party.
Yeah.
And
lots of behind the scenes stuff.
Behind the scenes, interviews.
Yeah.
If there's anything, you want to ask some of the guests or whatever, let us know and we'll try to get those in there.
Yeah.
And if you're excited for this year and you can't make it, make sure to come next year.
Yeah.
And they always, for all you filmmakers, they always have in advance, send in your films. So keep an eye out on our Facebook page because we always share it there and send in your films because we would love to see your films at Monsters of Film.
Yeah, we would.
And a special announcement for our last thing with the contest.
Yeah, we do. We have a contest where you can win tickets to 3 of the films and 1 seminar.
Yes.
So, what are those films, Jasmine?
Yes, it is called The Hexen Sabbat. And it is Dead Night, Night Sitter, and The Field Guide to Evil.
Yeah.
And the seminar is about witches, feminism, and sluts.
You heard that.
Basically sex positive and the women's role as witches in films. And that'll be very interesting, I think. So, definitely don't want to miss out on this. 3 films about witches. And also the Field Guide to Evil is an anthology.
Yeah, it is. It is.
A lot of different directors.
So you don't want to miss that. So if you're interested in our contest, we will post Facebook post about it and probably an Instagram post. So follow us there and enter the contest.
Please do.
Yes.
And please only enter if you're actually planning to go.
Yeah. Like if you live overseas or somewhere far or don't want to go.
Yeah, we can't get you plane tickets, so sorry about that. But if you live in Stockholm or in Sweden and planning to go to the festival, or maybe you're not planning to go, but that sounds interesting, I'd like to give it a chance, get into the contest and you'll have a good night, I promise you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you can hang out with the Bitches of Horror.
Yep. Woo!
That's a special prize, bonus prize.
A bonus prize, if you want it.
Yeah.
Definitely want it.
Yeah.
We're awesome.
Or not.
Maybe not. We're annoying, you know.
More about that in a future episode.
Yes.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
Thank you for watching, and if you liked the episode, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our YouTube channel and share our videos, like us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter.
Yes, and don't forget to check out the Monsters of Film site, Facebook and Twitter. We'll also post that in the info box down below. And we want to give a huge thanks to Johanna Holmin and Jason Meredith, who's also from Last Exit Entertainment, because they gave us this opportunity to, cooperate with Monsters of Film. So a huge thank you for them. And then, not only for that, but for the work of the festival and just, pushing the horror community forward in Sweden. Very important. There's not many people who take that opportunity.
So thank you to anyone involved in the festival at all.
Thank you so much. And don't forget, stay horrific.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't forget to like and share our videos and also subscribe to our channel. Jag bara, ska vi säga space eller något annat? Okej.